Certain fragrances have a tendency to leave a lasting impression. A fragrance so well-rounded, so smooth, yet so deep at the same time. It's got a purity, a class and elegance that's not too serious. It can be dressed up, dressed down, but more so dressed up because it has that elegance and appeal to it. I would say that Triumph of Bacchus from Argos definitely leaves a lasting impression. This is more of a special occasion scent for me, and based on my personal experience, it does just that. This is one that has that wow factor. This will turn a head. This sparks conversation. And when you get that hug, when you meet up with whoever you're going to meet up with, it's every time. It's instantaneous. Oh my God, you smell so good. What are you wearing? And then the conversation begins. It will leave a lasting impression because it's so intoxicating and different. If you like boozy, the rum here is just so, like I said, intoxicating. I keep using that word in this video because it's so fitting. There's a lovely apple peach medley up top, this juicy fruity smell with the rum. It starts to dry into this smooth sweet tobacco. There's some woods here. There's a little touch of spices, but it's mostly about the fruits, the rum, and the tobacco. That's the stars of the show here. And it's one that if you leave room to be discovered, the desirability is a little bit better because you don't want it to punch somebody in the face when you go in for that hug. You don't want it to overwhelm them to where you get the opposite reaction of, instead of, ooh, you smell so good, to, woof, that's strong. That has happened to me before as well. And this fragrance is potent enough to do that if you spray too much. If you know you're going to be in a closer encounter situation, leave room to be discovered. Maybe only do 4 or 5 sprays. Maybe don't do 8 or 10 sprays, because something like this, that's a lot. Especially if you're going to be in close quarters with somebody within a few feet of them. You don't want it to be intrusive and overwhelm someone. You want it to lightly hit them in the nostrils and intrigue them and let it be enjoyable for those around you as well as yourself, because at the end of the day you're wearing it for yourself, but you have to keep others in mind, because when you're wearing a fragrance like this, it's usually a special occasion in my experience, and more times than not I'm gonna have a conversation about what I'm wearing because I smell so good, and somebody's gonna want to tell me I smell so good. So get yourself a carded sample. If you've yet to try this one, it's definitely full bottle worthy in my opinion. It's a stunner. It's Argos, Triumph of Bacchus.